Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to use the Eirefly ACARS system and how to book a flight and what you'll need to make the ACARS work. The first thing I'm going to say is, depending on your simulator, you are going to either need FSU IPC or XPU IPC. Without those it won't work. Obviously FSU IPC is for Flight Simulator X, Flight Simulator 9, prepared versions 1 to 4, FSX Steam Edition, etc. etc. And then we've got XPU IPC, which is for X-Plane. I'm not entirely sure what versions of X-Plane, because I don't use X-Plane, but I'm sure you'll better work it out yourself. So the first thing you need, as long as you have got that installed, you can just have the demo version of FSU IPC or XPU IPC. Just the demo versions will work fine. You don't have to pay for any of it. Obviously, if you have the paid version already installed, then that's fine. But what we're going to do first is we're going to log in on the website to our account, use your call sign and username as you normally would, and then you're going to go to the pilot area. If it's your first time going to the pilot area, then this is basically the dashboard of your account, stats, notices, events, notices, user activity, recent flights, all that kind of stuff. You can view your profile and all of that. But anyway, we're going to concentrate on just getting the ACARS downloaded first. So go to the download center, which is on the left, just towards the bottom of the menu, and we're going to download the Eirefly ACARS, and we're going to press download. And you can just open that file, the zip file that you will get. And we're going to just copy this folder. You can copy this folder to your documents, to your desktop, wherever you want, but just copy the folder that you download. For example, I'll just put it on the desktop because it's easier, but you can put documents, program files, wherever you want. So yeah, we'll put this on a desktop, and we will open it up, and you'll notice that there's lots of different files in here. This is the actual ACARS program. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that your simulator is open, as mine is here. I'm just sat on the runway at Dublin. So we can test that it works. Obviously you need to have the FSU IPC or whatever installed. Make sure that it's installed. Obviously you need to stop the simulator to do that, but you know, if you've already got it installed and we've got the simulator open, we can test that the ACARS is working. I don't know what that is. And we can just run it on here. Log in as you would with your normal username and call sign. Okay, and we're going to click Launch Flight ACARS because we're doing a normal flight. Okay, and as you can see, it has recognised FSU IPC correctly because it's opened. If it didn't open, then that would mean there's a problem with FSU IPC, or XPU IPC for that matter. But obviously when we try to import a flight, we haven't got a flight booked. So what we're going to do now is, now we've got the ACARS successfully set up, we can close it, and we'll head over to the website and we'll click on Book a Flight over here. Okay, so there's two ways of choosing what flight you do. You can even put in manually where you want to go, so for example Dublin to Heathrow, and the information will come up for you. Or if you just don't know where you want to fly a random route from your hub which you're based at, you just click select a random route from your hub, and for example it changes to Paris Charles de Gaulle, Boston, Edinburgh, Malaga. We'll choose Malaga for this demonstration. So we are going to select the aircraft we want. Obviously, you know, Dublin to Malaga. We could actually, to be honest, we could either use either aircraft, but for this example, I'll just use an 737-800. Or if you want to select the A330, you can do. Just select whichever one you want, and then press continue. Okay, so it comes up with all the information about your arrival and departure airports, and the aircraft you're going to be flying, the number of passengers, number of cargo, distance, hours, all the sort of runway, frequency, nav aids, weather, arrival and departure traffic, all sorts of things come up. So we can just, if you're happy with that, we can click confirm booking down the bottom, but if you're not, we can just click back up there, and we can choose another flight or another aircraft. So if you're happy with that, click confirm booking, and your flight will be booked. So now we've got a flight booked, we'll open up the ACARS again, and when we log in, Now we can click import flights, and our flight will automatically be imported. You can see it's all the correct information. Now we have some buttons here, as you can see, a dispatch note which you can click and it will generate a dispatcher's note for you. If there's quite a quiet time as well, you can get routing information as well, but at the moment it's quite busy on the server, so we can't get that at the moment. But as you can see, it's got all sorts of bits and pieces here that you need. You've also got the weather of your arrival and departure airports as well, so that's, you can check the weather. It's all real world weather as well, not sim weather, it's real world weather. Okay, so if you're happy with that and you want to start your flight, you want to click start flight. We want to make sure that we're parked at the gate and we're not moving, we're on the ground and stuff, otherwise the ACARS won't allow you to start your flight, so make sure that was all happened, and you're not in slew mode either, that's really important. So if we're happy to start the flight, we can click start flight, and you'll notice gradually it just then changes to tracking flights, altitude, plane you're flying, and the latitude and time. Obviously the tracked time is the total amount of time you've been tracked. The total flying time is only the time you're in the air, so that won't actually start until you take off, and then the pause time is obviously time when you're paused. But you notice these buttons down on the bottom left, they have now become available, so we can click and we can look at our fuel levels in the aircraft. Just need to fix the ZFW, but never mind about that. We can also look at the flight map and see where we are in the world. It's right click to move the map and scroll into zoom. Okay, and then say now, I don't know, 2 hours later, we've now finished our flights, we've landed, we've parked up at the gate. Make sure you have parked up at the gate and the engines are off and parking brakes are on, that's really important, otherwise you won't be able to end your flights, and that you've obviously landed at the right airport. If you don't land at the right airport, then your flight will not be allowed to be submitted. So say that's all fine, all we have to do is click end and submit flights. Obviously, because I haven't done the flight, it comes up with that, but when you do it, it will say successfully submitted flight if all the things are okay. And then that is it. You have completed the flight. If you want to do another flight, you just need to close the ACARS and restart and book another flight, and that is it. That is it. So if you've got any queries, then do let one of the staff team know. But really, we've designed the ACARS and the website as easy as possible to use. So yes, any problems, just contact any of the staff team on TeamSpeak, and we hope that you have a good time flying.